Hey everyone, welcome to Shima Flow Yoga. I'm Jody and today is week 4 of Shine, our summer yoga series. I'm so excited to be back. You may have noticed that we took a couple weeks off. To be totally transparent, I hurt my back. I wasn't able to practice at all. I'm doing much better, but I'm not 100% yet. I normally would have videos already recorded to go ahead and distribute, but I decided to do this summer yoga series last minute, so I didn't even have anything recorded. So I've been doing it on a week by week basis. So we are up, back and running. This video today has Dirgha Pranayama, our complete breath, with a hatha practice and ends with self-love meditation. So grab your yoga mat and let's find your happy place.
Okay, let's get started in a reclined position. So if you go ahead and come onto your back, we're going to begin with pranayama, right, our breath awareness. And today we're going to do Dirgha Pranayama, which is a complete breath. So we can think about this breath kind of divided into 3 parts, but ultimately creating one long, deep breath in, one long, deep breath out. Okay, so let's just place one hand on your belly, maybe one hand on the chest, so we can kind of feel all the different areas of movement as we breathe in. Let's take a few just regular natural breaths to start. Just notice the qualities of your breath. Lightness, heaviness, depth, shallowness, without judgment or expectation, just simply observing. It's important that we observe each and every moment as it is without trying to change it, without craving something different, right? That just leads to suffering. We liberate ourselves by accepting and breathing and letting the unpleasant feelings or thoughts simply pass by. All right, let's begin Dirgha Pranayama. We're going to start our inhalation at the belly. So when you breathe in, right, the diaphragm is going to descend, which is going to push the belly out. So as you breathe in, breathe into the belly, feel the belly rise. Take it up into the lungs, and then higher up into the chest, upper chest towards the collarbone. And then exhale, reverse from your upper chest. Good. The rib cage. And then when you get to the belly, pull the belly in and let the air out. And then repeat, inhaling, fill the belly up, feel it swell. Up into the ribs, feel them expand. All the way to the chest, maybe reaching up towards that collarbone. Reverse the breath, exhale, upper, middle, lower, navel pulls in. And again, breathe in, lower, middle, upper part of your torso, and reverse out. Make sure at the end you pull the belly in to let all the air out. Let's do this a few more times on your own. When you're finished, with that final exhalation, let's bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze here. Start to get a little stretch through the lower back. And then roll over to either side, and let's come all the way up onto the hands and knees. So we're going to come right into child's pose. So onto your knees, sit back on the heels, fold forward, stretch your arms out in front of you. We're going to stretch and reach, spread the fingers, and then tent the hands, lift up so the fingertips are pressing, and pull the shoulders back from the ears. Feels good. Upper body, shoulders, upper back. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Walk your hands over to the left. Try to keep that right hip anchored as we create length through the side body here. And then walk it back to center and over to the other side. Good. Slow, deep breaths in and out. Let's walk it back to center. Again, make sure your arms are nice and straight, right? Elbows are lifted rather than rested. We want to get extended out. Spread your fingers. Rise up on the knees. Shift your shoulders past the wrists and drop your hips down into a back bend. Good. Relax your shoulders. Take your gaze over to the right. Maybe bring the right shoulder back a little bit. And then come back to center. Look over the left shoulder. And inhale to center, exhale back to child's pose. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, shift back forward, drop the hips down. Modified up dog, lift the chest, the chin, the gaze. Exhale, turn and look over the right shoulder. Move the body as it's intended to move in this moment. Come back to center. And what I mean by that is, what feels good to you right now? Good. Come back to center, inhale, and exhale, come back to child's pose. So it might feel good to have your knees wide here, the knees together. Let's come through one more time into that back bend. It might feel good here to come down, right, onto your elbows instead of the hands, and take the gaze from side to side. Okay, so you can decide what's working best for you. Relaxing through the shoulders, through your gaze, taking your gaze over the right shoulder, over the left shoulder, and then come on back to child's pose. Good. Stretch and reach out. We're going to rise up into downward facing dog. So again, placement as we reach the hands out. Rise up on your knees, tuck your toes under and lift the hips up. Maybe walk the feet in a little bit if you need to. Press into the hands, chest melts towards your thighs. Relax the head here. Good. Deep breaths in and out. Moving the body side to side or possibly walking the dog. Walk the hands back towards your feet as we come into a standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Just checking with the body here. And then soften the knees. Inhale, stand up. Let's stretch the arms all the way up above the head. And then bring your hands to your heart center. Good. Take a moment to check in with the breath. Check in with how you're feeling. Acknowledge every part. Inhale, float the arms up. And exhale, take a forward fold all the way down. Drop the head down. Slide the hands to the shins. Okay, if you prefer, you can reach your fingertips towards the floor. We're going to lift halfway and find some length here. Flat back, gaze forward, and exhale, fold all the way down. Stand up, reach your arms up. Take a big full stretch. Exhale, hands to heart center, samastitihi. Again, inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, take a dive down, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. And exhale, fold again. A little deeper this time. Rise up, soften the knees just a little bit as you rise. Feel strength through the thighs, length through the fingertips. Exhale, hands to heart. How about one more time? Inhale, float the arms up. And exhale, take a bow down. Lengthen the spine. Ardha, half, Uttanasana. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, soft knees, rise, grounded feet, reach. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Good. So just starting to feel the body warm up from that movement here. We're going to inhale and reach the arms up again. And exhale, take a forward fold all the way down. Walk the hands out now. We're going to come into a plank position, so high push-up. I'm going to walk the feet back a little bit here. Let's bring the wrists or the shoulders forward of the wrists. Relax the knuckles here. A little more effort in the fingertips. Push into the hands. You feel the strength. You feel those muscles firing up. At any time, you can drop your knees here. Let's keep pushing away through the hands. Round out through the shoulders. Keep your gaze forward. Inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows. Let's lower all the way to the floor. Flip your feet. Begin to straighten the arms. Lift up into your back bend. Gaze up. Exhale. Tuck your toes. Take it on back. Good. Steady breath. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, stroll all the way up towards your hands. Lengthen your spine, flat back. Can we fold a little deeper now? Come on down, drop the head, look towards your knees. Soften the knees, root through the feet, rise, reach and extend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, float the arms up again. Big sweep of the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana, come on down. Inhale, lengthen. Well, this stretch really feels good in my body today. Exhale, step back into plank pose. So last time we shifted forward, now we're stepping back. Shift forward, bend your elbows lower. Flip your feet, straighten the arms. Start to lift up through the chest. Feel the compression in the spine. That is really healthy, very good for the spine to keep it strong and flexible. Good. As we move the body, just slowly easing our way into a place of peace, letting go of what doesn't serve us. Good. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, let's take that walk back up towards the hands. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold down. Rise up, soft knees, strong foundation. Sweep the arms up and exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. How about one more? Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, take a bow down, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, plant the hands, take it back. Lower down, chaturanga, dandasana. Maybe this time we hover and flip the feet. Straighten up. And exhale, downward dog. Okay, come to your breath here. And drop your knees. Let's take child's pose just for a couple breaths, okay? So just fold over right now and take a moment to rest, to check in. Notice how your body's feeling. It is so important to take your practice to the very present moment, really honoring where you feel or what you feel in your body. I just got done off a back injury, and actually it's still very tender, which is why I've been on hiatus for a while. So I really have to take it easy, because people are always like, how could you hurt your back? You're a yoga teacher. Well, it can happen to anyone. And I was really out for a good 2.5 weeks. So I'm just slowly nursing it back to where it needs to be. All right. Let's reach the hands up. Rise back up. Downward facing dog. Reset the breath. Let's take the right leg up. Inhale. And exhale, step it between the hands. Drop the back knee down and plant your hands on top of your thigh. So let's just get up nice and high here. Just lift the chest. Good. Sink the hips a little deeper. Create some space here in the front body. That compression through the back. And drop the left hand down to the inside of your foot. And then push your right knee away from you and lean back. Look over your right shoulder. So you might know this as lizard pose, or lots of variations to lizard. Good. Breathe into that stretch through your hips. Again, moving the body as it's intended to move today without a plan, right? Without expectation, just taking it one breath at a time. That'll set us up for our most successful practice. Okay, I'm going to lift the back foot up and grab. You might want to try pulling in a little bit, getting a deeper stretch in through that left quadriceps, so the front of the thigh. Adding a gentle twist here. Good. One more inhale. Let's release the leg and we're going to sit back. So we're going to walk the hips back, straighten the front leg, and then fold forward. Now, if you can't sit all the way back on your heel, that's totally fine. You can just come halfway back, okay? So we're going to just come into this position and fold forward, okay? So we're bringing the chest towards the thighs, bring your nose towards your knee. And notice you might feel a little bit more through the back of the leg, through your back. Good, stretching a little deeper. Let's walk it forward. We're going to come into a lunge now, Dragonfly Twist. So left hand plants, twist, reach up through the right arm. But before you reach the right arm up, externally rotate through your shoulders. So kind of pull back and down and then reach up. And then if you want a little more, lift your back knee up. This will give you a little bit more strength in this posture. Slow, deep breaths in and out. Gaze up towards your fingertips if that bothers your neck. You find what works best for you. Good. One more inhale. Now exhale, place your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Turn to the long edge of the mat and walk towards your left knee. You're going to bend into your left knee. We call this Skandasana. So it's a nice low lunge, bringing your hip down. If you can't bring your hip all the way down, don't worry about it. Then you can come up a little bit higher. You can support yourself with your hands, okay? You can come up and bring your hands to your heart. So explore this and find out what works best for you. I'm going to come on down. You can also take a block and place it underneath you if you need to. So taking your left arm, okay, if you're lower, deeper into this Skandasana, and just plugging it right to the inside of your left leg, plant the hand, and then twist open through that right arm. Again, external rotation through the shoulder. Good. And then open up. Take the gaze over your right shoulder. Try flexing the right foot, pointing the toe, see what feels good. Release the right hand down and stroll right over to the other side. We're going to repeat. Same thing here. Again, take the time to come into this posture the best you can. Maybe your heel is all the way down, okay, if that works best for you. For me right now, I prefer to lift the heel up. That's just what feels good in my body today, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, right arm reaches in front. Twisting. Externally rotate and then open up through the shoulder. Take the gaze towards your fingertips. Breathe into it. Close your eyes for a minute. What are you feeling in your body? Space, length, strength. take one more breath in and exhale, release down. Okay. Now we're going to walk to center into a forward fold. I'm going to walk back a little bit. Spin your toes forward. Okay. And let's come all the way down into this forward bend. Feel the stretch in the back body. If you like to go upside down, if a headstand's in your practice, this would be a great time to come into a headstand as you lower your head onto the mat and lift your feet above your head. That's for another video I can break down. So I can break down headstand in another video if you guys like. Let me know. Good. Let's breathe into it. Oh, feels good on the hamstrings. So with my back being hurt, I haven't been able to practice, which has been really frustrating. So it feels good to be able to move my body. All right, so place your hands under your shoulders, lift your chest like you're doing a halfway lift, and we're gonna walk the feet out a little bit wider, again, called Konasana. So it's like a straddle splits. Might be able to bring your elbows down for support, so you kind of bear the weight on those elbows. Turn your toes in so that the feet don't start sliding out too wide. Breathe. Okay, come back up. Gently guide those feet back in. Okay, till they're about 4 feet apart. Bring your hands to your hips and stand all the way up. Okay, we're going to turn and face the back of the mat. So step your back foot in, square your hips towards the back of the mat. Okay, we're going to come into pyramid pose. And from here, we're going to take the hands behind the back. Now, there's some options. If you can do a reverse prayer, you're going to turn your fingers up into, I'll show you here, this reverse prayer position, okay? Another option is to press the fists together. This will allow you to open up through your chest. So take one of those options here, okay? And we're going to lean back on the inhale and then exhale, forward fold. Come on down. Pull the left hip back. Lengthen to the spine, like this light of energy from your tailbone all the way through the crown, reaching to the tips of your toes. Every exhale, you get a little bit deeper. Good. One more inhale. Exhale. Release the hands. Place the right hand to the inside, or if you can reach the outside of the foot. Okay? Now remember that external rotation with the left shoulder. Externally rotate and then reach the left arm up and come into your twist. Revolve triangle. Good. Lean back just a little bit to the space behind your upper back. Chin away from your chest. Crown reaching. Again, that same line of energy from your tailbone all the way through the crown. Good. One more breath. And release all the way down. Good. Okay. Walk your hands forward about 12 inches and lift your back leg up. Straighten both legs. Right? Pop up onto the left fingertips. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Start to open up the body. Now, if this is too much, stay here with both hands down, extending your leg behind you. It's a 3-point stance. But if you like that challenge of balance, you're going to open up and see if you can stack, right, the hips and the shoulders. Opening up. It's okay if you fall. Right? That's what it's all about. It's the journey. We fall down, we get back up. We fall down, we get back up. We keep moving. And I'll tell you, some days balance will be a lot easier than others. Always keep that in mind. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Step back. Let's take plank position. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing, flip your feet. Lift your chest. Downward facing, tuck your toes, lift your hips up. Good. Stretching the body. Breath movement as we start to move the prana through the body more effortlessly. We're breaking down barriers, moving towards those vital organs, in the body. All right, left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step all the way through. Drop the back knee, bring the hands up. Just kind of press through the thighs, you lift your chest up, sinking the hips, exploring sensation. And then let's drop the right hand down, open up, press the left knee out, turn your gaze over, just move in the body. All right, and I'm going to reach back and grab my foot here, open up a little bit more. This is always a challenging one to get that stretch in the quad. Challenging, but definitely needed, because you know everything's connected, especially you think about the lower body, the glutes, the hamstrings, the back, the hips, everything. So if one thing, you know, you might be feeling pain in one area of your body, but it's really because you're tight in another area of your body. So stretching all the body parts are very important. Okay, we're going to release down and we're going to send it back. So again, remember, you can come halfway. If you need to come up higher, you can, okay? You can sit all the way back. Fold forward. Good. Just getting a stretch. I don't think I mentioned this on the first side, but if you want to come into the full splits, you're more than welcome to come all the way into that full splits, if that's what you fancy today. On another day, I might fancy that, but today, I tell you, coming back off of the back pain, it's slow moving. Really, just got to be aware, listen to the body. It's actually, you know, kind of scary. And it's like another one of those things, like you don't want to hang on to fear, but on the other hand, you don't want to limit yourself. So it's that fine line of just trying to figure it out, I guess, just as everything in life, right? This feels good. I could hang out here a lot longer, but we got to even out both sides. So let's take it forward, back in that lunge. Right hand plants, open up. Now let's go ahead, externally rotate, roll it back, lift the arm, maybe lift the knee if you want a little bit more. Sometimes I like to kind of move forward and back with that back foot, just to open up through the calf. Maybe taking this a little deeper, more like a back bend. Good. And then release. Now we're going to walk it all the way over to the right. We're coming back into Skandasana, right? So holding it here. You might want to practice some balance here if you want to sit down deeper and drop that heel. If it felt good to open up, okay, here's your twist. If you want a little bit more, you can bind your arms. You can wrap your right arm around the front of the shin. Take it all the way behind you, and then take the left arm behind you. Okay, keep the chest lifted, flex the left foot, explore, move, play, and feel. Maybe open up to the left a little bit. One more inhale. Release down. Let's walk it over to the other side now. Back into your lunge. Okay. So I'm going to drop the heel on this other side. I'm going to drop it on this side. Just change it up a little bit. But if you want to do exactly what you did before, that's okay too, right? Again, remembering, here's that wrap, right? Around the front and clasp behind. This is your practice. And not just today. Every single practice, whether you're doing a video or you're in a live yoga class. Listen to your body. Maybe opening up a little bit to the right. Let's release, walk it to center. This time, as we come to our forward fold, interlace the hands behind the back and add a chest expansion. Drop the head. Release the hands. Toe heel the feet out wider. Samo Konasana. Straddle splits. You can maybe drop down onto your elbows. Up onto the hands. Slowly guide the feet back in. Okay, right to about 4 feet. Hands to hips, rise. Turn to the front of the mat. Square the hips. Align the heels. Hands come behind. So you're going to step the feet back in. This time the feet are probably about closer to 3 feet apart. Hands behind the back. So take your reverse prayer or fist touching. Lean back. Lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Let's fold. Good. Lowering down. Every exhale takes you just a bit deeper. Release the hands. Left hand comes the center, or not the center, sorry, inside of the foot or outside of the foot. Right hand to right hip. Pull the right hip back. Externally rotate through that shoulder and lift the arm up. Possibly taking your gaze up towards your hand. This requires a little balance. You might have to toe heel that back leg or foot out to the left just a little bit. Okay, see what works best. Lifting up, leaning back, crown reaches, chin away from the chest. Release down, bring your hands forward about 12 inches. Fingertips, right? So again, if you don't want to come into your full half moon pose, we're going to keep the hands down and lift the back leg up. Otherwise, if you're ready, fingertips on the mat, left hand to the left hip. Slowly start to open up the body. Left arm reaches up. Open up. See if you can stack hips and shoulders. Flex the foot. It helps to squeeze the thighs, to engage the belly, right? The core center. When we start to really engage through all those muscles, that can help. Now, moving your gaze around, that will make it definitely more challenge. So if you want the challenge, then you're going to take your gaze up towards your hand. If not, keep the gaze down or straight forward. Good. One more breath. Release. Step back into plank. Let's take it down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale. Lift the chest, cobra or up dog to your liking. Down dog. Take it back. Let's take a few breaths here in downward facing. All right, let's drop down onto the knees and swing your legs around in front. So we're going to take let's start with the left leg so you can see what I'm doing. Take the left foot behind you, okay? You might need to take the calf and spin it out a little bit here. And just start to lean back, okay? So let's see where we're at today. So noticing how we're feeling here. Nice stretch through the quadricep here, the knee. I'm feeling something going on in the ankle here. I think I can go down a little deeper today, so I'm going to come onto my elbows. Good. And then from here, you might even be able to go all the way back. I'm finding if I rest my head, I've got a nice back bend going on. It actually feels pretty good. If I lower my head down, I actually like it back up. So this is an option. You might be able to lower your back all the way down. For some reason, I'm not able to do that today, so I'm just going to breathe with what the shape of my body is. Actually feels good to have a little bit of that compression through the back. You can intensify this by pressing your knee down. So by being more active and pushing down, you'll start to feel the muscles engage, but also you'll get a deeper stretch here. Okay, let's take it back up. Nice and easy. We're going to keep the leg just as it is, and we're going to lean forward. Reach for your right foot. Let's focus on the breath. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Okay, walk it back up. Let's release the left leg. If you need to shake it out a little bit, shake it out. A little bit of intensity on the knee. And let's switch sides. Right foot comes behind. Okay, start to lean back. Check it out. Where are we at? And then if you want to go a little bit deeper, start to lean back. So this side for me is definitely more open. You can see here that I'm laying more flat on my back instead of with my head supporting. So that, as you know, is perfectly normal to have those imbalances. And I think especially after a back injury like I've had, the limited movements, I haven't really been moving my body much, so it makes complete sense. And breathing slow and deep. Again, if you want that extra sensation, you press that knee down. Gets a little bit more going on there in the front of the thigh here. And then let's start to guide our way all the way up. And we'll take a forward bend. Come all the way forward. Every exhale gets us a little deeper. All right, let's come on up. All right, let's come into a reclined position. So go ahead and lower onto your back. And we're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee, and then just pull the legs in. You can grab onto the outside of your shin or behind your thigh. Maybe press the right knee away a little bit. This is a really nice way to stretch the hips externally. Keep pulling in. If you need more, you press that right knee away. Just move slowly. Release the leg down. Now keep the leg crossed, but cross it a little bit further. Bring thigh over thigh. Lift your hips up, scoot them to the right, and then drop your knees to the left. We're coming right into a spinal twist here. Gaze over your right shoulder. and then come back up. All right, let's bring the hips back to center and let's switch sides. Left ankle over right thigh, pull the legs in, pull them in towards you, maybe press that knee away. Good, breathe deep. So we're always wanting to go deeper and deeper to a point where it might be getting a little uncomfortable. We are getting into that muscle, we are stretching, we're challenging ourselves. But then the next time you can go that much further, you constantly want to challenge your edge, right? That edgy feeling. But in order to do that, we must be present. We must be mindful in the moment, which is why the breath is so important. It helps to keep our mind clear, focused on the here and now, which is the only thing that exists, right? Past doesn't exist, the future doesn't exist. Therefore, our thoughts of the past and the future do not exist either. Okay, lower down. Now, keep that leg crossed, just slide it thigh over thigh, lift the hips up, scoot over to the left, and drop down into your twist. Feel the release right through the hips, through the pelvis, through your lower back. It all feels so good. All right, let's come back to center. Hug the knees into the chest, little rock side to side. Let's move into our final rest. So just about a minute of Shavasana, and then we're going to close this video today with a self-love meditation. So extend your feet to the corners of the mat. Relax your arms to your side. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Surrender. Move your fingers and your toes. Bend your knees. Let's see if we can make this transition with your eyes closed. So you're going to roll over to either your right or your left side and just kind of feel your way all the way up to a seated position. Okay, just get comfortable here. Rest your hands comfortably on your lap. Return to the breath. So as we move into our self-love meditation, keep the breath very easy, very natural. So this is not a pranayama exercise, it's only meditation. We started this meditation really when we first stepped on the mat as the practice of yoga. It's all about cultivating self-love. Honoring yourself, practicing so you can grow and transform and become the best version of yourself. That is self-love. Taking care of your body through the physical exercises, taking care of your mind and your heart. Through this practice of breath and movement. So we continue this meditation of self-love by repeating to yourself, I receive love. I receive love. I give love. I give love. I am love. I am love. I receive love. I give love. I am love. I receive love. I give love. I am love. Tune into your heart. Feel it swell with love and compassion. Continue your practice of yoga and meditation to build the highest vibration of love within yourself so you can share with others. And one by one, we make this world a better place. Namaste. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this practice. We slowed it down a little bit to allow ourselves to feel on the deepest level possible. If you like the video, press the like button. Please share with others. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And take all this love inside you and spread it to others. I'll see you soon.